The real reason you feel someone watching you from behind. You're at your desk. 17 tabs open, 3 of them useful, 1 playing music you can no longer find, and then your neck does that thing. A tiny prickle, a weird little chill, and suddenly your brain sends you the world's creepiest push notification. Someone is watching you. You freeze, you turn around, and sometimes, okay, yeah, someone is actually there. A colleague, your partner, your cat conducting unpaid surveillance. And your brain immediately goes, see, I knew it. Receipts, evidence, sixth sense confirmed. Except most of the time, you turn around and find absolutely nobody. Just an empty room and a pot plant looking suspiciously innocent. So what is happening? Can you genuinely feel another person's eyes land on the back of your neck? Or is your brain being dramatic again? Spoiler, the feeling is real. The invisible watcher detection superpower? Not so much. Millions of people swear they can sense when someone is staring at them. Not see them, not hear them, just feel the gaze. Like human eyes are sending out invisible Wi-Fi, and the back of your neck knows the password. It is one of the most common sixth sense experiences people report. It has also been tested repeatedly. And science has some awkward news. The signal never shows up. Your neck is not an antenna. Your skull does not have rear parking sensors. And no, evolution did not secretly install Find My Stalker. So why does the feeling seem so convincing? To understand that, we need to go back to 1898, when one psychologist got tired of hearing the same claim and decided to collect some actual receipts. Psychologist Edward Titchener had students who insisted they could feel when somebody stared at them from behind, so he tested them. During some trials, a person stared directly at the back of a participant's head. During others, they deliberately looked away. The participant then had to answer one question: am I being watched? Trial after trial, the mysterious feeling kept appearing. The accuracy did not. People felt watched when nobody was looking. They felt nothing while someone stared straight at them. The vibes were strong. The evidence was not. Titchener found no hidden sense, just a room full of extremely confident people being wrong. But he did have an explanation for the neck prickle. Try this right now. Focus all your attention on one tiny patch of skin. Maybe the back of your neck. Maybe your left elbow. Dealer's choice. Keep concentrating on it. After a few seconds, you may notice warmth, pressure, tingling, or a tiny itch. That sensation was already there. Your brain normally filters it out because it has better things to do. But once you aim your attention at that area, your brain turns up the volume. So when you think, someone might be staring at my neck, you focus on your neck. Your neck prickles. And your brain treats the sensation it just created as proof that somebody caused it. You were not detecting a watcher. You were detecting yourself thinking about a watcher. Your brain basically started the rumor and then cited itself as the source. A couple of decades later, researcher John Coover decided to run a more controlled version of the experiment. 10 volunteers, repeated trials, and a coin flip used to decide whether each person would be stared at or left alone. No vibes from the researcher, no predictable pattern. Just random chance. Each participant had to guess whether somebody was currently watching them. The result? They scored around 50%. The exact score you would expect from guessing. Their supposed sixth sense performed like a coin, except the coin was cheaper and required no volunteers. As a superpower, feeling a hidden stare was statistically indistinguishable from not having a superpower, which is honestly devastating for anyone who thought they were the main character. But this still leaves a problem. If the ability is not real, why does it feel so incredibly real? Because your brain has 2 tricks doing most of the work. The first is selective memory. Imagine you feel watched, turn around, and catch someone looking directly at you. That moment hits. Your stomach drops. The memory gets saved in full resolution. But what about the 100 times you turned around and nobody was there? Deleted. Gone. Your brain posts the successful guesses to its highlight reel and quietly sends the failures to recently deleted. So every hit becomes evidence. Every miss disappears. If you only remember the times your feeling was correct, of course it starts looking psychic. You are keeping score. You are simply refusing to count most of the game. The second trick is that your senses may notice clues before your conscious mind does. A chair creaks. A shadow shifts. Someone stops typing. Your peripheral vision catches the edge of a moving shape. Individually, none of these details means much, but your brain collects them in the background, speedruns the evidence, and hands you a finished conclusion. Turn around. You experience that conclusion as intuition because you never saw the working. It feels like the back of your neck detected a person. In reality, your ears and peripheral vision may have been quietly snitching the entire time. Your brain noticed something. It just forgot to include you in the group chat. Here is the plot twist. Your brain actually contains specialized machinery for detecting when someone is looking at you. Researchers have found areas around the superior temporal sulcus that respond strongly to the direction of another person's gaze. This system is fast, ridiculously fast. It can register that someone is looking at you in under a fifth of a second before you consciously work out what their face is doing. But this biological stare detector has one tiny requirement. It needs to see the eyes. Direct gaze? Excellent. System online. Eyes pointed away? Different signal. Person standing behind you where your eyes cannot see them? Feature unavailable. Your brain owns a genuine gaze detector. It is simply front-facing. This is why locking eyes with someone across a crowded room can feel like a tiny electric shock. The machinery saw the eyes, measured their direction, and hit the alarm before your conscious mind caught up. But a person silently staring at the back of your head gives that system nothing. No visible eyes, no gaze direction, no data. The feeling may be real, but it does not live in the back of your skull. So the more interesting mystery is not how you detect a hidden watcher. It is why your brain is so ready to invent one. For most of human history, feeling watched from the shadows was not a quirky office moment. It could mean a predator, a hostile rival, or somebody holding a rock and having an extremely bad day. Imagine two ancient humans hearing something move behind them. The first assumes it is nothing and keeps walking. The second spins around immediately. If they are both wrong, the second person loses 2 seconds and looks a bit embarrassing. If they are both wrong in the other direction, the first person may be removed from the gene pool permanently. Evolution does not care if you occasionally look silly. It cares whether you remain alive. So your nervous system became biased toward false alarms. It would rather make you turn around for 100 harmless shadows than ignore the single shadow with teeth. The prickle is not a psychic signal. It is an ancient smoke detector. And that smoke detector would rather stream at burnt toast than stay quiet during a real fire. Now place that ancient alarm system in the modern world. It evolved around small groups of people, open landscapes, and threats that needed actual eyes nearby. It did not evolve for doorbell cameras, laptop webcams, security systems, drones, or tiny glass lenses that can observe you without standing anywhere near your neck. And that creates a deeply weird situation. Your body can feel haunted by watchers who are not there, while remaining completely unaware of cameras that genuinely are watching. The oldest alarm in your nervous system is now surrounded by surveillance it cannot detect, and imaginary strangers it cannot stop inventing. You are not psychic. You are paranoid by careful design. And that paranoia is one reason your ancestors survived long enough for you to sit here, surrounded by 17 browser tabs, wondering whether somebody is standing behind you. You checked, didn't you? So the next time the back of your neck starts tingling, remember, it is probably not detecting another person's eyes. It is your ancient survival system opening a support ticket because a shadow moved slightly weird. The feeling is real. The watcher might not be. And if your brain can make something this convincing out of almost nothing, how many of your other absolute certainties are just old alarms firing at burnt toast? Subscribe for more science that politely ruins things you thought you understood. Your brain has plenty more bugs. We are collecting all of them.